We were totally shocked by your decision, Elsa. We really thought that you would go back to Arendelle with Anna. After all, you were doing a great job as queen. But Honey Marin was right. You really do belong in the Enchanted Forest. You'll be closer to Atoholland, where your powers come from. And you can get closer to all the other spirits. Plus, it's not like you're that far from your family. But what does this mean for the future of Arendelle? Frozen 2 had a pretty satisfying ending, but fans are already dreaming up plots for a third movie. We have to admit, a lot of these fan theories make total sense. Keep watching for the best theories about Frozen 3.
Okay, lion,
Grizzly bear,
monster,
brown bear,
angry face,
black bear, Hans!
The ending of Frozen 2. We can't believe everything that happened in Frozen 2. There were a lot of storylines that had to get wrapped up. First, Anna realized that the only way to free the forest was to destroy the dam. The dam had been built by her grandfather, who used it to trick the Northoldrins. It destroyed their resources, and her grandfather attacked the tribes, which angered the spirits. So they cut off the forest from the rest of the world. When Anna destroyed the dam, she also freed Elsa, who had been frozen in Atoholland. This made Elsa's powers complete as the fifth spirit. She is the one who can unite and calm the other spirits. She arrived just in time with the knock to save Arendelle from being destroyed by the flood. Elsa used her magic to bring Olaf back to life. Water has memory and snow is just frozen water. Kristoff finally proposed to Anna, and Elsa realized that she belonged in the forest with the other spirits, causing Anna to become the Queen of Arendelle. Frozen 2 was beyond epic, and it's got fans talking. Some are convinced that a third and final installment is a shoo-in, and Frozen 3 theories are flying around the internet as though they were being guided by Gail herself.
Kristoff, can I borrow your wagon? And Sven?
I'm not very comfortable with the idea of that.
Elsa's Forest Adventures. The first Frozen 3 theory is all about Elsa. She's no longer the Queen of Arendelle, so what will she do with all of her time? One theory about Elsa is that she'll finally get a love interest. Plenty of fans noticed some serious chemistry between Honey Marin and the Ice Queen. There are lots of fans who would love to see an Elsa love story. Also, now that the Enchanted Forest is open again, it can be totally safe. Some people in Arendelle still fear magic, like Elsa's grandfather. Or maybe news of the forest will travel to the rest of the world. Someone else will come and try to use the magic of the forest. Elsa will have to stop them. She could also figure out more about her parents. She never did decode that parchment she and Anna found in the shipwreck. The Northoldrins said that her mother was from one of the oldest families in their culture, but we don't meet this family. Elsa might go try to find her distant relatives.
Princess Anna is dead.
Hans returns. Can we all agree that Hans is pretty much the worst? In the first movie, he's determined to take over Arendelle. Here's the thing about Hans, though. He's the annoying little brother of a huge family. His chances of ever ruling a kingdom are pretty slim. That's why he tried to woo Anna and get rid of Elsa. He figured it was his best shot at becoming king of anything. Hans might hear that Anna is now the Queen of Arendelle. He could think that it's safe to come to try again because Elsa isn't there. Hans might even convince his father or some of his brothers to help him. There could be a whole army. Anna would need Elsa to come down from the forest to help save Arendelle again. Hans is also totally the type of person to try and take over the Enchanted Forest. Hans would have gotten along great with Anna's grandfather. He could end up fighting the Northoldrins, and then the forest might become cursed again. Only Elsa and Anna can save the forest. Are you totally obsessed with Disney fan theories? So are we. Be the first to watch the hottest theories about Disney movies when you subscribe to TheThings. Want to be notified about new videos? Make sure your mobile YouTube settings are set to allow notifications. Now let's get back to Frozen 3 theories. Keep watching to find out what could happen with Kristoff and Anna's children. Frozen, a prequel. We were absolutely fascinated by the story of Anna and Elsa's parents. It would be so cool to see more about them. We know what happened with Arendelle attacking the Northoldrins, but what happened before that? We would love to see what Queen Iduna was like when she was growing up. And then there's the whole question of what happened after. Where did Iduna go after she saved Agnar? We'd be really curious to know how Iduna made a life for herself as a young girl all alone. We also have to wonder what else was going on in Arendelle. People had to be pretty upset about the forest being sealed off, and Agnar became king that very same day. But he was just a boy. He had a lot to learn and never had time to grieve. Another possibility for a prequel could happen way before Iduna and Agnar. The Northuldrins are an ancient people. Elsa was probably not the first person with powers. We think a movie about the ancient Northuldrins would be so cool. It could explain all about the magic of the forest. Why is there only magic in the forest? We think there was probably a time when magic was outside of the forest too. Take a look at the trolls. They're made of stone just like the earth giants. They are just a lot smaller. Grandpappy has some magical abilities. He was able to heal Anna and erase her memories as a kid. He can see the future. A prequel could explain all about the trolls and their magic. How did they get to Arendelle? There are so many questions that still need to be answered, and prequels are a great way to do that. There could also be a prequel about what happened when the forest sealed off.
It was a magical place, but something went wrong.
The Northuldrins and the Arendelle soldiers were trapped for 34 years. They were constantly at odds with each other. We would love to see how the soldiers learned how to survive. The Northuldrins' whole way of life had to change too. Can you imagine not being able to really see the sky for decades? They were also used to using the forest magic. The spirits helped them with their day-to-day life, but after the forest was sealed from the outside world, the spirits kind of disappeared. That is until Elsa awoke them with her song. It would be cool to see what was happening in the forest during those 3 decades. Anna and Kristoff. Anna and Kristoff are seriously couple goals. These two are just so in love. They're way more realistic than a lot of Disney couples.
Now back up while I deal with this crook here.
What did you call me?
Kristoff adores Anna. He helps her instead of just trying to protect her. We're so glad he finally got over his awkwardness and proposed. At the end of Frozen 2, Anna is announced as the Queen of Arendelle, but it's not clear whether or not she's married yet. Kristoff gets all dressed up along with Sven and Olaf for Anna's special day. So if they aren't married yet, Frozen 3 could be about the royal wedding. But it can't just be an easy wedding. There would have to be some major adventure. Perhaps Hans comes back and kidnaps Anna. Maybe Kristoff and Sven get lost while they're out exploring and Anna and Olaf have to find them. Either way, we really want to see a wedding. Kristoff attempting to write his own vows would be so cute. Elsa would have to come back to be maid of honor, of course. We guess Sven would be the best man. Grandpappy would perform the ceremony. You have to admit, it would be the best wedding ever. A spin-off. Everyone loves the main characters from Frozen. Anna and Elsa are awesome. Kristoff and Sven are so much fun to have around.
Yeah, people will beat you and curse you and cheat you. Every one of them's bad, except you.
And Olaf is the cutest and most hilarious snowman ever.
What? Hey, whoa! Oh, I love it even more.
But there are plenty of other characters that were introduced. These characters were so cool. We'd love a story about General Matthias and his lost love in Arendelle. Ryder is also a super cool character. He was so excited to see what life was like outside of the forest. Maybe he and the reindeer go on some grand adventure. Then there's Honey Marin. We want to know so much more about this character. She is really amazing, but she's kind of mysterious. We think there could be a ton of spin-offs based on the minor characters from Frozen 2. The Next Generation.
Are you serious?
And it's the latest model.
No, I can't accept this.
You have to. No returns.
Now that Kristoff and Anna are getting married, there will probably be a whole new generation. It would be cool to have a movie all about Anna and Kristoff's children, but what would it be about? Well, we think there's a good chance that at least one of them will be magical. Think about it. Anna and Elsa are half Northuldrin. Elsa was given her powers as a gift. It was because her mother saved her father and got him out of the forest. Then the forest sealed, and her father tried to make things right as the king, but he didn't really understand the past. Anna helped the forest too. She destroyed the dam to save it. She broke the curse and freed the people. Her children could be blessed with magic powers too. But Anna will know better than to force her kids to conceal their powers. Look what it did to Elsa in the first movie.
See? Conceal it.
Don't feel it. Don't
Let it show.
But Anna will also know that she needs help. We think a movie about Anna's future daughter going to the forest to live with her Aunt Elsa would be so awesome. Elsa would teach her niece how to use her magic, and since she's starting so young, she might become more powerful than Elsa. Also, can you imagine how cute Anna and Kristoff's children would be? They'd grow up with Olaf and Sven to play with. It would be cool and adorable. We really hope that one day we get a movie all about the next Frozen generation. That's a wrap. Which of these theories do you like best for Frozen 3? Do you have your own theories about a future movie? Let us know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Give this video a big thumbs up if you want more Frozen 3 videos. We'll catch you next time.